It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Allen going to go to the air right away.
His throw incomplete.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Throwing is Allen on third. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the first down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. From midfield, here's Allen.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a big conversion there on third down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for three, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a first and goal.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Now Allen going to give this one to Cam Akers.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal will feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Allen now on third and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Devin Duvernay
with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year.
And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. First and 10, Willis.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Trayvon Walker
in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Second down throw coming by Willis.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Jason Strobridge
in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs now leads to a 3rd and long.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
18 Radley, 18 Radley. Panther 11, Panther 11.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. David Njoku, 52 yards.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0.
Ravens 14, Cowboys nothing.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On first down, Willis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That's good for a Cowboy.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Off the play fake, here's Willis.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The Cowboys at 9-2 to start play. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 8.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Willis flushed out right. And this one's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
3rd down, it's Willis.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown from 6 yards away.
And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. The extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 27, Allen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk. Why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you can move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
A give, running right is Akers.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. And that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Play action. Now it's Allen.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Allen. And in for the Ravens touchdown. David Njoku, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Ravens 21, Cowboys 7.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A handoff as they run the counter play. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Willis now off the play fake. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Left wing 19. Drop 50.
Now Willis. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's caught inside the 20. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A big play there just before halftime. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
70 Rangers.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
Being chased out left. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Christian Watson.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On the handoff, running left is Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 44. Allen.
They'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen eluding the pressure right.
He completes it to Olave.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Allen again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
first possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3-and-out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. And with it, they'll take the lead at 24-21.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
So the offense back out now, coming off its first interception of the game the last time out, trying to reestablish some momentum here, Charles. But they're trailing defensively. Maybe these guys smelling the blood in the water a little bit.
Yeah, I think that they probably are. But what they need to do right now is just make sure they don't force the action too much themselves. They've got them on the run a little bit. You just want to be in a position where if they make another mistake, you're there to capitalize on it and take it away from them.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
And that is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Trying for it on 4th down. Here's Willis.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and force the incompletion on first down.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Cam Akers, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Cowboys 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Okay, ready?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
Let's go now.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 23-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Willis looks to pass it here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Trayvon Walker able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long.
Flush to his right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Ready? 18, right here. 65, yeah, 65. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Willis, 4th down, has to have it.
Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs. throw to Olave. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Here's Allen. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Damone Clark. There he goes right side. 30, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how it... That's caught at the 25. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out. And
that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it's still first and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. Allen. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it second and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Allen to throw. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And now we've got a third and goal situation.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks. And you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
Back to throw. Allen. Toward the pylon. Caught. Touchdown. David Njoku from 6 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Vedvik now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick.
He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Throwing, Willis. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
to give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Warriors 17. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Dragon 60. Ready.
Here's Willis.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Aiden Hutchinson.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18 Maverick. 18 Maverick. Ready.
Willis to throw.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Panther 11. Panther 11. 18 Pioneer. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis, gotta have this one.
Flushed out right.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is going to be caught. So an offensive final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that. We're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
One final try for Willis.
And that's caught for the additional 2 points. It'll only matter to the final scoreline, and that is the final act of this game. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost